Due to poor wireless. Oh, we're live. Hey, what's up? It's Nick Hexum from 311. Am I on the interwebs? I want to be on the interwebs.
I'm not ready yet. Maybe some.
Ooh, I got 23 viewers.
Yeah, you're live.
Okay. Well, then I will start over. Hey, it's Nick Hexum here at 311's The Hive studio in North Hollywood. And we are preparing for summer tour as well as writing new material. So just wanted to give a shout out to our summer tour coming. It's the Unity Tour with Modest Yahoo. We've got 33 shows booked. Ticketmaster.com. Get some tickets. And management is freaking out over there, but it's cool, man. I'm getting heart bubbles from people. Oh, and Greg Gregory says that I rock. Well, thank you, Greg Gregory. You rock as well. I'm going to start out with a walkthrough of the Hive. Some of you have seen it before. It's a constantly changing hive of activity. So, who's that? Who's that? Just walk through. I'm trying to turn the camera around. It's Mr. Scotch Ralston.
Thank you so much.
Twiddling knobs as he does so well. So this is the control room. This is our wonderful AMEC console. It's very big, and each of the knobs actually do something. He's in charge of those knobs.
That's funny. That's what the first question.
There's my Rhodes. Gotta have a piano. We actually still have tape machines. Most people don't. I'm not going to say whether we use them or not. This is the wiring room. Those actually all do something. Out here, they're the dudes from Ticketmaster. Mr. Peter Raspler.
What's up?
It's on Facebook.
No one love him. Hey guys. This is the lounge where we lounge. Some stereolithic artwork. We got a 311 clock up in here. And there's Mr. Jason T. Walters. What you doing in there?
Watching fights.
Oh my gosh. Like Muay Thai. And who do we have in here? It's the guys from Ernie Ball and Mr. Timothy J. Mahoney. Getting some content.
Yeah.
So this is Nick's world over here. My pedal board, my amps, Fender and Mesa Boogie. Here's Chad's world over here. These are massive real crystals that give him good energy. I wouldn't want to count these drums, but there's a lot, and he actually uses them all, not just for show. And over here is Peanut's world. You got his basses there, his pedals, his amps, and here's Tim's stuff. And what do you call this little board?
Party board.
The party board.
Party board.
Everybody needs a party board. I don't have one yet. So here we're going to go back into front-facing mode, and I have questions, and I have answers to those questions in my mind. Okay? It's throw and go from the seat of the pants. And I'm going to read some questions here that you guys are typing in as well. But let me start with this list. Brian Janishak asks, what song do we like performing live the most? I mean, picking a favorite song is like a dad picking his favorite child. They all have different strengths and, some highlights. I love playing Creatures. It's just the intensity and the energy that would only fit like at the end of the show when you're really ready to just pour it all out. So that's always a lot of fun, and it's nice that sometimes the highest energy things from a band come from like their very earliest years, and so I like the fact that that's, Evolver, kind of the midway so far of our career, they can have a song with that kind of intensity and energy. Oh, I'm getting so many heart bubbles from you guys. Thank you. So there's question one. Thank you, Brian Janishak. Frank Wallace, Nick, what can you tell us about the new album that you haven't mentioned in any other interview? Um, it's just we're in the middle of a creative outpouring, and there's just an excitement that I can't say it hasn't been there for a while, but it's at a peak, and morale is really high. And we made a bunch of rough mixes right before 311 Day of the first batch of music, and now we're working on the second batch. And there's just some crazy styles in there, a wild connecting the dots of creativity that has just got me really excited. So I know that's nothing specific. Management would yell at me if I, leak song titles and stuff like that, but just all I can say is that we're really excited about it. Who is the best basketball player in the band? Well, for years it was clearly Peanut, and now I'm giving him a run for his money. We played on Tuesdays and Thursdays a pickup game, me and Peanut, but then I'm also in a league on Wednesday nights, the grassroots team, and then I have another pickup game. I'm playing like crazy lately, and people say I'm getting better, and usually they match me up with Peanut because we're like within an inch of each other, the bigs down low in the paint. So I'm not sure who's better, but it was him forever, and now I'm getting close. So, what is the thought process that goes into a set list for a show? There are the set lists worked out way in advance or day of show. After each sound check, we get together, all 5 of us, have a set list meeting on one of the buses or in a dressing room, and hammer it out. And each show has its own vibe, and the city, different crowds. Since we've been going through the cities over and over, we know like, okay, this is going to work great in this town. This one might be want a little jammy stuff, or more reggae, or more high energy stuff. So it's just custom tailored to that night, and it's a collective thing that we all come up with together. How do me an essay? Angelo DiMartino writes. Oh, thank you, Rick Poe, for the question, by the way. And Angelo DiMartino writes, how do you, an essay, write such amazing and positive lyrics? Generally, we use magic and voodoo and to write spells that make people like it. No, it's just, we're not just a la-la, everything's great, positive. It's about the struggle to be positive and to keep things in perspective and to find to be optimistic about the world, and even with all the troubles that are in the world, I think outlook is just a very important thing for life's enjoyment and keeping yourself healthy. So we just always try to look at the glass as half full. Brian Baxter wants to know, will there be another 311 Caribbean cruise next year? I would say it's very likely, Mr. Brian Baxter. Jamie Martin Pruitt, do my daughters listen to our music? If so, what are their favorite songs? For the past month, they would go into the playroom, and we got it all wired up with Sonos speakers, and my daughter is 6 now, and she can read, and she knows how to use the Spotify, and it was Daisy Cutter every day on loop. They love that song, and they just dance around like crazy. But I'm always playing my demos of brand new songs, and getting feedback and of which songs she requests to hear as we drive to school in the morning is like a great indicator of what's good with just a totally fresh mind, So that's a nice part of the creative process, to get feedback from someone who's just new at listening to 311. I'm getting lots of heart bubbles. Amy Cardona says that she is stoked for the 2 Vegas shows. And what's in store for us that weekend? Sweaty rock in a big swimming pool. Nikki Bales Smith, how do you keep music so fresh? I just think that you just have to follow where like the muse and where your creativity leads you, and you need to remain teachable. For me, like about 10 years ago, I realized that my hands were not keeping up with the ideas in my head, so I decided, to take some lessons and work with a bunch of different guitar teachers and really fill in a lot of gaps and get faster. And so that just added a whole new level of energy into my playing personally, is to expand like that. And there's just always fresh new styles to be influenced by, and whatever you listen to is going to come out in your music. We're all just standing on the shoulders of giants, and so we're just going to keep doing that. And we're, like I said earlier, we're on a big excitement peak right now with all the stuff that we've been working on lately. John Fisher wants to know when you guys are on the road between shows, what do you do to pass the time? For me, like, touring is a ton of me time. The fact that I can just work on my laptop on songs, or okay, I'm trying to do an interview here, Mr. Scott Charleston. But mostly besides playing basketball and doing stuff with family, most of my hobbies are musical. So whether it's working on something with guitar or writing lyrics or whatever, there's just turns out to be a ton of time to do that on the road. So it's important for me to have a little road rig to get my ideas down. Kristen Elaine wants to know, you stay in great shape. What's your favorite thing to eat for breakfast? I like oatmeal. Thank you, Kristen. Gary Simmons, 26 years and counting as a band is incredible. What fuels the motivation to keep rocking shows every year? I mean, it's just a wonderful continuum of that process between a little spark for an idea of a song then you make a demo, and then I play it for the guys, and then they learn it, and then it changes a lot in the pre-production, and then to recording that on album, and then getting it out live to play it live and see it become part of people's lives. I mean, that whole growth process from a seed to the full fruition is just an amazing thing to be able to do over and over. So I just want to give a shout out to our fans for making that possible for us to do this over and over again. And I don't know how it stays fresh, but it does for us. We're just excited by music, and there's always new influences and stuff to explore. And my management wanted me to mention that, yes, there will be a cruise next year. I pretty much hinted that, but cruise news is coming shortly. So let this be the pre-announcement. All right, now I'm going to look at this screen here, and Wilford Brimley approves of my choice of oatmeal in the morning. Thank you, Jeff Bozeman. Who's got the herb? 311. Let's see. Dryden Van Cleve, at what point in your life did you manifest the potential within to manifest greatness? That's heavy, Dryden. You just blew my mind. And what I always say to my kids, just do your best, and that's what we're doing, and we're going to keep doing that. And I'm glad that you're finding it kind of great, Dryden. Thank you. Island Sun Studio version, Jude Chauvin wants to know. That's going to be part of the next album. That was just a snippet that we put out as part of the release of the Grassroots Uplifter. Check that out at grassrootsuplifter.com. We got here. Let this be another pre-announcement. We have some really cool second and third products that we're announcing soon that are just beyond what anything else that we could find out there. So we're super excited about that. Can't say much more except to say there's more announcements coming on the Grassroots Uplifter, and follow Grassroots Uplifter on Instagram and Facebook and all that good social stuff. David Elrod, why the aversion to touring throughout the Northwest? Oh man, we love Seattle and Portland, and there have been a few snags of routing of the tour, but we definitely miss you guys, miss being up there. So looking forward to get back there as soon as we can. Brian Unity Lee, I really would love that if that was your real name, Mr. Brian Lee. What's my favorite vacation spot? I love to be in warm places, and it was nice having seasons growing up in Nebraska because we had super hot summers and super cold winters. But I just like being outside a lot, so that's what part of what drew us out to LA. And then, but vacation for me is Hawaii, Florida Keys, that kind of thing. 311 Las Vegas again. Jennifer Mendoza wants to know, yes, 4th of July. Be there 2 nights. That's going to be awesome. Stephen Winkler says, do we ever see 311 retiring? We were just talking about this as we were doing a piece for Ernie Ballstrings earlier, that we were talking about the Stones, and we could only just be halfway through our career. There's no reason why, as much as we're loving this, and as we still have excitement for new music and such a great connection with our fan base. Like, there's no reason that we couldn't go 50 years as a band. So, there is an end to everything, but it's not coming anytime soon. I'm at 2:17 right here. I think I can take some more questions. Drew Evans wants to know, Nick, any plans for another enlarged to show detail? We might be working on it. Give a shout out to my man B Love, great video editor. John D. Hamers wants to know, met you guys in KC, so cool. Thank you for the gift of music. That's not a question, but thank you, John. So what's up? Michael Murphy wants to know. Upcoming tour dates? Yes, 33 of them. The Unity Tour with Modest Yahoo. Check out 311.com or Ticketmaster. Columbus, Ohio, you miss us. Thank you, Andrea Maley. We plan to get back there. We love having shows there. That indoor-outdoor venue is awesome. They're telling me that it's time to wrap up. Evan Allergy says that you are the best, Hex. 311 forever. Thank you. Evan forever as well. Omaha Sessions mentioned. Thank you very much. Can you see us in Cincinnati? We'll definitely be back to Cincinnati. What was my favorite TRL moment? God, that's too long ago. Music is the best vitamin, Nicole Marchino says. Sure. What's the craziest thing you've seen on stage? I mean, from a performer's, I don't know if it was Iggy Pop that said this, but they said, what's the craziest thing that you ever thought about on stage? Or what's the craziest thing you ever did on stage? And he said, thought about what I was doing. Because when you're on stage, it's all just, you need to be in your body, not in your head. So it's all just flowing. And if you stop to think about where does my hand go next, or my feet, or what, it's just, it doesn't work. So for me, it's all just about the flow and release. And but still, we take our technical side of it to be ready to play the songs. That's important. But then just to be that total immersion and getting lost. So I just want to thank you guys, 1.6 thousand viewers, for joining me here today at 311's Hive. And like I said, we're super excited for summer tour and the next album coming out. What's that, album number 12, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, strong. I got Peter Raspler feeding me answers out there. But please stay tuned for more info, and we really hope to see you guys this summer. And peace, love, unity. Okay, bye.